Welcome to the Princess and the Bee podcast, the place to be to build your empire as queen of your body, business, and life. I'm your host, Kimberly Spencer, founder of CrownYourself.com, and I'm an award-winning coach, Amazon best-selling author, and multi-passionate entrepreneur. Each week, I give you the systems, strategies, and success stories to help you master your mindset, communicate with ease, and triple your productivity so you make the income and the impact you deserve. Imagine this podcast as your weekly spark of inspiration as you take it to the next level with all the B's of your life. Body, business, bank account, boys, and babies. Let's make it rain. Hello, my amazing Princess and the Beers. Welcome back to the Princess and the Bee. I am so excited for this episode because this episode came to me in a stroke of divine inspiration from many client calls and conversations that I've had with my community. So if you don't know, I have started doing something really fun that I absolutely love. I love getting to know my members of my community, of the Crown Yourself community of empire builders, and I have started to do 22-minute espresso chats. Why is it 22? I don't know. I just like the number 22. So these I call them espresso chats. They were actually originally titled The Queen or King and I, but I figured that might not make sense to anybody who doesn't have a musical theater background, because all I can hear in my head is the song. When this idea came to me, was the song "Getting to Know You" from The King and I, and I won't sing it for you, but it is glorious. And so I came up with this idea for 22-minute Queen or King and I chats, because I love getting to know you and your dreams, and these are totally no pitch conversations. Like, you will not get a sales pitch from me. Should you like to be sold to, let me know, and I will happily sell you something that I think could be of value for you. But otherwise, this is just you and me discussing your dreams, what it is you want to accomplish, and if I can help you get there in any way, shape, or form. I will give you a tool, a tactic, a strategy, a kick in the pants, a championing, cheerleading, rah, you can do it, cheer, whatever it is that you need. But just so that I think for me, a lot of times we have lots of conversations throughout our day, and sometimes we don't get that chance to really dive in deep to our dreams. And that's why I wanted to give my community this opportunity to dive in deep to your dreams. Let's really go there. Let's see what you want to create. Let's see how you can get there. Let's see how big is that gap from where you are now to where you want to be, whether it's 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, or your big BHAG, your big, hairy, audacious goal. And let's see how we can get you there and what tools and strategies you might need in order to tap into. And then should there be any resources or anything after that to follow up, that will always be sent in an email, because like I said, these are 100% pitch-free conversations. It's just you and me, babe, talking about your dreams. And that is something that I'm super excited about. And one of the things that I have noticed from having several of these conversations is this really fantastic perception of beginning business owners, and let me know on the Insta DMs if you have done this, but when you start out a business, you invest everything back into that business. Like when I started Crown Yourself, I was working at a Pilates studio, and I still own my own private studio. And I, because the Pilates studio that I was working at was actually a chiropractic office that I just found that because it was just easier. I was in a space in my life where I wanted things to be easy. So I was working, and I was investing the money that I was making back into my business like hotcakes. So like into website design, into logo design, into some team members, into all the stuff, all the things. And I have seen this also commonly with many, many new business owners that I've been talking to, which is really fun. I'm really glad I get to share this common breakthrough for all of you on The Princess and the Bee, because I think it's going to be of massive value. So as newbie business owners, it's very easy for us to invest in all the things in our business. We invest in the website. We invest in the logo design. We invest in the marketing plan, or maybe even hiring a creative agency. Oh my goodness, when I first started my e-commerce company, my business partner and I invested in a marketing SEO specialist. We invested in a website designer. We invested in a logo designer. We invested in a publicist, which was, all of these things were good investments, but it was also, we didn't know what the F we were doing. Like, we were, and I will speak for myself. I won't speak for my former business partner, but like, these were all investments that we thought were good to make because, yes, you need marketing. You need to get your product or your service out there. Yes, you need a website. Yes, you need a logo. Yes, you need publicity, right? And excuse me, we got on a lot of press outlets, and the same was true for Crown Yourself when I first started. So I repeated the same pattern in my Crown Yourself business. And what I found 2 years in, when I was struggling with Crown Yourself, not really making any money, that I had never really looked at investing in myself as the leader. And I looked back on my first e-commerce company, and I was like, holy crap, we made that same mistake back then too. Because I was new to business. I was relatively new to business. My business partner was coming off of a 50-year career in entertainment and was new to entrepreneurship. He'd had some side things, but it was never like the thing that he wanted to actually grow and scale. And had we invested in a coach, in a business coach, in a leadership coach back then, I think it would have saved us a lot of problems. Because, and the same was true for when I first started Crown Yourself. For when I started Crown Yourself, had I invested into a coach back then, 2 years into investing all this extra money into my business, I would have been able to have a coach call me out and be like, you are literally dumping money down the toilet. Like dumping money, like money that is not coming in because it's not coming in from sales, dumping money down the toilet. Because I am all for outsourcing. You know me, I am like queen team all the way. Like, I love the fact that I have delegated this podcast. I love the fact that I have delegated many, many things in my business. I love that. I am queen team all the way. But if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't know who you're hiring, if you don't know how to hire or why you need to hire for certain things, then that is where there can be a Clusterstoop, a bottleneck. And I look back on the 2 years that I spent building Crown Yourself, and by building Crown Yourself, I mean not making any sales, playing hobbyist in my business between 2014 and 2016. That was all from a place of fear and all from a place of not believing that I was worthy of investing in. And what shifted for me was when I found out I was pregnant. Actually before that, because I was actually on the phone with my coach. She is still my coach to this day, with my coach, that about joining this program to get certified in NLP, timeline therapy, hypnosis, and all that. Because I knew, just like I knew when I went and took a class a few weeks ago in transcendental meditation, that I needed some new tools and new resources to be able to level up. and to be able to go to the next level and to be able to go all in all areas, because I knew back then that I was not. And I was feeling resentment toward my husband, and I was feeling resentment toward myself, and I was feeling resentment toward my business, because I was like, why is this thing not making money? Everybody else is making money online. How come I'm not? Blah, blah, blah. Poor me story. And I knew I could not live like that. I did not want to live like that. Like, I chose better. And so I chose to invest in myself. Now I paused and I was like, well, I don't know, maybe let's talk next week. And then I found out I was pregnant, and then I said, there is absolutely no freaking way on this earth that I'm going to bring a child into this world with the mindset that I have currently. And that is how I got certified in NLP, timeline therapy, hypnosis, and a ton of other mindset techniques, tools, and technologies, and then had my best year yet in both my Pilates business and in my Crown Yourself business back in 2017. That was my best year to that point. And then we scaled Crown Yourself 389% last year. Like, that is what happens when you invest in yourself. Like, that is the power. Now, the paradox is so often, as the business owner, as the leader of our business, we perceive ourselves as the last thing to invest in. Like, that's a luxury, right? Like, it can be perceived as a luxury. For me, I perceived it as a luxury 100% until it was a necessity, until it was a non-negotiable. Because what happens is you are operating as your identity of your current self, whatever that is. So the tool you currently have the mental tools, the discipline, the strategies of where you are now. When you invest in a coach, or when you invest in a program that up-levels you, that teaches you new tools, new strategies, and you implement them, that is the key, that you must implement them. Inspiration is bullshit without implementation. When you implement them, that is where you start to see some traction building in your business. That is why one of my clients, the amazing, shout out to Jessica McCann, who has closed $554,000 in sales in the year that she has worked with me in her sales business. Like, that is why she is rocking it. And shout out to Sylvia. Sylvia, I know you're listening to this podcast. Shout out to Sylvia, who landed her dream job and got a $12,000 raise because she chose, and I'm not saying that it was because she chose to invest in herself, but when you invest in yourself, as being the leader of your life or your business, then that is when you stretch. You stretch that perception of that identity of who you are now. One of my mentors, Dr. Tad James, who I went to his school to get certified through and all the things. And he was telling us of an experience that he had when he was coaching a CEO. And this CEO had 500 employees. 500 employees. And Dr. Tad asked him, why did you choose to work with a coach? Why did you choose to invest in yourself and do this? Because Dr. Tad James, for private coaching, is not cheap. He is definitely an investment. And the CEO said, well, 500 people, 500 families' lives depend on me. As the CEO, my energy pours into every ounce of my business, how I show up as the leader. And if you listened to my interview with Tirza Shirai, the founder of Blink Bar and the CEO of Blink Bar, she also said the CEO is the Chief Energy Officer. If you are the CEO of your business, if you are the solopreneur, I'm letting you know that you are the CEO of your business, and your business solely, that's what solopreneur is. Your business solely depends on the energy that you are bringing to it. If you are bringing energy of resentment, of fear, of doubting yourself, of shame, of guilt that you are working on this passion project thing when you quote unquote should be doing something else that's more responsible according to somebody else's perceived plagiarized belief of what they want to, of their story, of their thing that they want to project onto you, whatever it is, You got to work on yourself. And so what this CEO said to Dr. Tad James, he said, so yes, we're going to do timeline therapy. Yes, we're going to do hypnosis because whatever I got going on in my unconscious is affecting my energy, and it is rippling into the impact of 500 families. Now, you may not be a business owner yet with 500 employees and supporting 500 families. You may not be a business owner yet with one employee or one family that is dependent upon you for income, aside from your own. But the fact that your own is dependent upon you, the fact that you are dependent upon you for your own income for driving that is a necessity. That makes it a necessity that the subconscious, unconscious patterns, programming, and conditioning that has got you to where you are has got to be up-leveled like a mofo to get to where you want to be. Now, you can do this in many, many ways. You can do this with reading books. You can do this with physical activity. I just did a podcast, or it may be coming out, where your mental health is affected by your physical health. So the habits that you have on a physical level, are you exercising? Are you taking care of your nutrition? Are you meditating? Are you getting enough sleep and rest? Are you practicing gratitude? Do you smile every day? Like, all of these things affect your mental health. All of these things affect how you show up in the world and the energy that you're bringing to your business, to your life. Your family is dependent upon that. Now, I have found in my own personal experience that coaching is the fastest way to skyrocket. Just because having somebody who sees the whole field versus somebody who is on the field with you. So if I want you to think, for example, of a football. Like, let me clarify this. I do not play sports. I do not really watch sports. The only sport I really am aware of is baseball to some degree. That's just because I like the Yankees. Even though I'm from LA, I'm weird like that. I'm okay with that. But if you think of the metaphor, but I do love sports metaphors and analogies because they are quite apropos for how to move forward. So if you think of a quarterback, you are the quarterback as the business owner of your game. Let me actually take a sport that I'm really aware of. Baseball. You are the pitcher in your game. You are the pitcher. You are throwing the pitches. Now, you have people at your bases. So maybe you do have a web designer at first base. Maybe you do have a virtual assistant on second base. Maybe you do have a PR agent on third base. Maybe you got somebody in the outfield who's giving you referrals or a mentor or something. Maybe you have somebody, maybe you have some affiliates who are playing left field. But a coach sees the whole field. A coach sees all the players, and a coach sees how you're interacting with all the players, how you're throwing your own plays, and how they're being played out by the rest of the team. That is the difference between having somebody who is working in your business, meaning somebody who is working on the website, or working in your business, working on the website, working on the tasks, or sorting email, or organizing your Google Drive, or making the products or whatever, and having someone who sees the whole big picture, the whole thing, all the plays that you are throwing, all the balls and all the strikes and all the hits that you are getting across that pitcher's mound, or that you're getting across that home base. Like I said, sports, I love sports analogies, but I probably should watch some more sports. But do you see what I'm saying? Did you know that also my amazing husband and fellow coach, Spike Spencer, told me an interesting little factoid. The average basketball player, the average NBA player, has 7 coaches. 7 coaches. One for on the court, one for a personal trainer, a health coach, a nutrition coach, a mindset coach, a coach probably for relationships. You never know. But they have the average basketball player, the average NBA player has 7 coaches. How many people are coaching you? How many people do you have who are seeing your entire playing field and looking at how each piece is playing into each other, how each pass, how each throw is affecting another thing? Everything you do affects everything. So the feelings, beliefs, thoughts, core beliefs, programming, conditioning, habits that you are bringing into every area of your life affects every other area of your life. That is why having someone who can see all the players is essential to your growth. And normally for most solopreneurs or startups, the last thing that they invest in is a coach. In fact, one of the interviews that I just recently had with the amazing Kat Lakoe, aka Vixen DeVille, who does body confidence workshops, and she also does a fabulous one-woman show. And if you are in my Crown Yourself community and happen to be in LA, we are having a little night out to go see this show, support my friend Kat, and please join me. We'll get to walk the red carpet together. Should you like a lesson on how to pose on the red carpet, I will happily show you. And we are just going to have a fun little community event that weekend. I believe it's September 8th. So if you are out and about in LA and would like to join us, please come see Kat's show. I will leave a link so that you can get 20% off of your tickets in the description. And that being said, in her interview on this very podcast, she said the one thing that she wished she had invested in sooner was a business coach, was a coach who could help her see the whole playing field. That's the same as a business coach and a high performance coach are a little different. I kind of combine the two just because of my background with owning 3 businesses and my 10-year track record as an entrepreneur. Because high performance, how you show up as the leader of your business will permeate into every area of your business. How you show up as the leader or the queen of your life will permeate into every area of your life and your business. So how you do anything is how you do everything. And that is why I encourage you, if not me, it doesn't have to be me, but if you'd like to explore that possibility, I am more than welcome to explore that possibility with you. And you can click one of the links below. You can either book an espresso chat with me and just do a 22-minute, let's get to know each other on a more personal level via virtual coffee or drinks. Should it be a time in your time zone where you would like a glass of wine, you wouldn't be the first person having wine on a coaching call with me, even though it's not a coaching call, it's just getting to know you. Or we can go deep, we can dive in, and we can do a full 90-minute consult. That is a paid consult, and we can do that as well if that is something that you would like to explore together. Because what having somebody who sees you as how you are operating as the leader of your business, that is essential to shifting, to making those pivots, to making those shifts so that you not only see yourself in that leadership position, but that you hold yourself to that standard, you hold yourself accountable to that new identity. It's not just holding yourself accountable to the next to-do list and all the stuff you got to get done on your to-do list. It's holding yourself accountable to the next level version of yourself that you are creating. That queen who has everything and is everything that you desire to be. Because let me tell you, if you were her already, you would already have everything that you desire, and you would always already be everything that you desire. If you do not have everything that you desire right now, then it is time to up-level, my friend, and let's do this thing. And if not with me, then someone else, and that's totally cool too. A rising tide lifts all boats. I am so happy that the coaching industry is expanding and growing, and that more and more people I talk to have coaches, because having someone that sees you as the quarterback of your life, who sees how you're or the quarterback or the pitcher of your life, who is throwing the pitches, who is throwing the passes, and who is seeing how each of those pitches and passes is getting played and playing out in every single area, is super valuable, is incredibly valuable, because that's how you get the tiny little shifts to tweak and shift and move. And that's how you eventually become the Tom Brady of your life. That being said, tell me what you loved about this episode. I love hearing from you. If you love this episode, please leave us a review on iTunes. And if you leave a review on iTunes and you screenshot that review and email it to info@crownyourself.com, I will send you a free hypnosis that will just up-level you on that unconscious level, on that subconscious level, like what we talked about. So if you love that, please drop us a review in iTunes, send us a screenshot, and my Queen team will send you a free hypnosis. And if you love this episode, please share it. Take a screenshot of it. Share it on your Insta stories. Tag me, especially. I love seeing your breakaways, your ahas, your big breakthroughs, your whatever it is. And if being a solopreneur is something that you have struggled with, if you're just getting your business off the ground and you would like to see how you could grow faster, then let's do an espresso chat. Let's see what your big dream is, and let's explore that possibility of what you have and all your amazing potential and greatness together. I am so excited for this next chapter, for this next level of your life, and I will check you out next time. As always, remember, your reign is now. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If what you heard resonated with you, be sure to subscribe and share your breakthroughs and ahas with me by leaving a review on iTunes so I can keep the magic flowing your way. And if you aren't already following us on social media, come experience the extra inspiration and queenly convos on Instagram at Crown Yourself Now, or visit our website at crownyourself.com. I am so excited to connect with you in the next episode. And in the meantime, go out there and create a body, business, and life that rules.